Hello, good afternoon. You're watching Closing Trades on ET Now. I'm Anisha Jain. With me is Aisha Faridi as well as Nikunj Dalman. For another market is holding on to the green. Yes, we are off the highest point of the trading session because at one point of time we were very close perhaps to make that all-time high level, but we have ebbed off from those levels right now below the mark of 22,500. Having said that, there are pockets of outperformance today. Take a look at PSU banking names. In the last few minutes, there has been a bit of a perk up on the likes of PNB. UCO Bank has actually managed to move up. Central Bank, IOB. These are some of the names, including the heavyweights like SBI as well, that have managed to see a solid surge across the board in the last few minutes itself. So, good amount of momentum at play as far as the PSU banking space is concerned. IT sector has been strong since the word go, because CLSA had also come out with an trade on the sector, and overall the expectations are muted, so any outperformance if we do see starting next week in the earnings season could have a positive. TCS is one of those big outperformers today. Telecom space is also in focus. Bharti Airtel has been in focus, of course, on account of the Bharti exit IPO as well that starts today. The subscription has been quite steady. Vodafone continues to be in focus on account of that fundraise that they are planning. So a lot of these buzzers and movers, and one can't forget the entire shipping space, the shipping defense names the likes of Mazgaon, Cochin, Garden Reach. They're all up between 8 to 15%.
Oh yeah, holding out very well. It's important also to take cognizance of what the global setup is looking like, considering that's the one which sort of backtracked us to start off trade with. And look at Europe, that's pretty much a mixed bag. FTSE lower by about 0.5%, but marginal gains actually coming in for the FTSE MIB, the DAX, or for that matter, the CAC. And the pre-market rates for the US future, a little change, largely flattish, while they are hinting towards another down day, but it's not a deep gash as you saw overnight. So stability, and for us, really a show of resilience.
Aisha, you've done much better than the global markets. You've had global markets which have been pegged back for 2 days on the trot, but you've done rather well, independently. Now, the point to ponder over is that the mid-air turbulence or the mid-March correction what we saw, is that enough? Because that's the time when Indian markets corrected, global markets were in shape. So are we likely to react to global market correction, or are we likely to move on? Second, we are no longer in that so-called sweet spot, with crude now almost at 89 and bond yields threatening to go to 4.5, and with dollar index at a multi-month high. You can't say that, it's a very sweet spot. Some adjustment here and there, one bad day or one big spike for crude, one bad day for the dollar index, uptick in volatility, that is something which cannot be ruled out. So that is something you need to be a bit cognizant of. But I think in the mid and the small cap space, if there was fear of a meltdown, now there is fear of FOMO. For the crowd which sold out in the month of March, and which was justified because market sell-off was very extreme, now that same crowd seems to be saying that, okay, why did we sell? We shouldn't have sold at all. It's a bull market. We should have taken some chips off the table. If we had margin positions, we should have put in more money. So that FOMO crowd is back, and nothing on the volatility front has come so far which could be called as very damaging. If at all, I think full credit to my colleague, Prakash, for breaking that story, where we did a story source based that the government is against any kind of regulatory intervention. And just a coincidence that after we broke that story, small cap stocks have been up from the word go. And there you go. The small cap index is up another 1%. Pramod,